guys, welcome to Stacking the Shelves for the week of May 11th. For those of you who are moms, happy Mother's Day tomorrow. I hope you have a good one. I did get quite a few books this week, so I'm going to go ahead and go through them. The first one I got is a book for review, and that is Grave Maidens by Kelly Kuhn. This, I believe I got through NetGalley, I think. It doesn't come out until October, so there's quite a bit of time until it releases. I really love the cover. It's super cool, and it's supposed to be an adult fantasy about some young women who are dedicated to death, I believe. That's all I really know about it. So yeah, I'm excited to read that. Sounds really good. I did get a few audiobooks from Audible Originals. Those of you who are Audible members know that once a month they allow you to pick 2 of their Audible Originals for free to listen to. So the first one of those I got was Evil Eye by Madhuri Shikar, and I probably said that wrong. This is like a 2-hour audiobook, and it's about, I don't exactly know, but it's like supposed to be a supernatural mystery kind of thing, and it sounded pretty good. So yeah, I got that one. The second Audible original I got was The Mystery of Alice by Lee Bacon. This just sounded kind of interesting, and this is more of a full-length book. I think it's a 6 to 7 hour audiobook. And then the next couple ones I got with credit, well, kind of with credits. This one was free because it's a short story, and that's the very first damn thing by Jodi Taylor. Sorry, I'm holding it upside down. It would help if I hold it by Jodi Taylor. This is kind of a prequel story to the Chronicles of St. Mary, which leads me into the next audiobook I got with a credit on Audible, and that's Just One Damn Thing After Another, the first book in the Chronicles of St. Mary's. I've been wanting to read this, and so I went ahead and got it. I kind of have a list of audiobooks that I want to get, and this is supposed to be a well-done audiobook, and it's a series I've been wanting to read. And then the next one I got is also an audiobook. I spent a credit on it. The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. And this is a fantasy, kind of an epic fantasy type of thing. I couldn't tell if it was young adult or adult. It sounded more like an adult fantasy, but whatever. I guess I'll find out. So excited to read that as well. I had no audiobooks to read. Usually I have a couple in my backlog that I haven't read yet. So that's part of the reason why I ended up getting so much. All right. Then I did buy one book from the Kindle Unlimited, I guess, borrow a book through Kindle Unlimited. And that is The Nightshade's Touch by Pippa da Costa. This is the 3rd book in the Messenger Chronicle series. And this has been a science fiction series that has a very paranormal romance-ish type of feel. Honestly, it comes off as a little trashy at points, but it's also got a really interesting world and a lot of action. So I've been enjoying it. It's one of those light reads that is just kind of fun. So this is the 3rd book in that series. And then I printed out pictures for a whole bunch of books that I got from the library late last week, and then I read over the weekend. So the first ones of those from the library is White Sand, Volume 1 by Brandon Sanderson and crew. This is a epic fantasy graphic novel series set in, it's not really, I was going to say a Dune-ish type world, but in the beginning he even says how he tried to differentiate it from that kind of world. But it's a desert world where they do sand magic. And I'll give mini reviews for these because I might as well, I already read them. I like this. Some of the frames get really text dense, like there's just so much text on the page it distracts from the illustration. And then it switches viewpoints a lot. They were very good about telling you when you were switching viewpoints, so it wasn't ever confusing. It was very well done in that way, but it jumps around a lot, and I just kept feeling like, okay, so now we have another set of characters, and we'll see. I liked it well enough. I got the 2nd volume, and that's in the stack here from the library, so I'll hopefully be reading that soon, and I'll go ahead and go through that. This is the 2nd volume in the White Sand series by Sanderson, and I did get that from the library as well to read. Again, an epic fantasy graphic novel. All right, the other one that I got from the library last week and then already returned was In Games by Ruzu, and this is the 2nd book in the Newsprint series. And this is set in it's like an alternate history where it's a little bit more steampunky. I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. I didn't like it quite as much as Newsprints. Newsprints is more focused on like inventing and adventure and stuff like that. And this is a lot more focused on more in politics. It does tie up the series, and I love the illustration. It does a good job tying up the series. It's a fairly engaging story. I just didn't love it as much as I love newsprints. Okay, this is the next one, the next one. The second to last book of the ones I got from the library last week, and that is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I had heard a lot of really great things about this book. I'm going to be honest, it was okay, but I didn't love it. I ended up giving it 3 out of 5 stars, and the full review will be posting later this coming week. It's like a mystery. This girl loses her memory about what happened this summer, and then she goes back a couple years later to this private island that her family owns and like finds out what happened to her. I thought it was slow. I thought it was really contrived. Like, you get to the end and they expose what happened, and I just was like, that's dumb. But I know a lot of people really liked it. I'm honestly not sure why. It was a contemporary young adult book I could have probably done without reading. It is interesting to, like, the setting is on a private island that this old money family owns, and that was kind of interesting. But I didn't really like the characters. I thought the mystery was kind of dumb, and in the end, I could have really done without reading this one. So sorry to all those of you who loved it. I did not love it. The last one I got from the library last week that I have already returned is Artificial Condition by Martha Wells. This is the second novella in the Murderbot Diary series. I like this one. I didn't like it as much as the first novella in the series. About half of this novella is just dealing with Murderbot, like, getting transported to the planet where he had his big issue at. And I'll just say that for no spoilers. So some of that was interesting because he interacts with, like, the pilot robot on the ship, but it was kind of slow. I am going to continue reading the series because I do think it's kind of fun. It's a neat idea. But this one was a lot slower than the first novella, so we'll have to see how it goes in the third one. All right. So aside from White Sands Volume 2, the other book I got from the library this week is Made You Up by Francesca Zappia. Now, I'm blanking on, I read another Francesca Zappia novel, like, earlier. I think it was last year, and it was a book she wrote quite a few years after this one. I really loved it, so I ended up going back and putting some of her older books on my list. I've heard this is a really good book. It's a young adult contemporary fiction type of novel, as far as I know, maybe with some magical realism in it. And that's all I know about it. So I've heard it's really good, and I was excited to get from the library. It's been kind of fun. I don't have any books really on my to-be-read pile besides, like, I think there's 3 or 4 review ones that don't come out until October, November. And I've been able to, like, go on my wish list and just pick off books I want to get from the library and get those and read them. And it's been kind of fun because a lot of those have been books I want to read for a long time. So I've been really, really enjoying not having a huge to-be-read pile. I think it's amazing. It's fun that I can get books as I want to read them, when I want to read them, rather than, like, get them and not be able to read them because I have too many other books and then 6 months later not even really want to read them. So I've really been enjoying it. I can count how many that was. That was, let's see, it was 2 from the library this week. And then we had another 2 from the library last week. And then 4, so 4 from the library last week, 6 total. 1 from Kindle Lending Library, which puts us at 7. 2 full-length audiobooks, which is 8 and 9. An audiobook short story, 10. The free ones from Audible Originals, so 11, 12. And then Grave Maidens to review. And this doesn't come out, I believe, until October as well. October, November. And that's 13. So I got 13 books. I'm a little superstitious, so that's kind of scary. All right, so this is kind of long. That was a lot of books. Other quick updates. I don't know. I always update on the weather. We're still having really variable weather. It was beautiful yesterday. It was like 65 and sunny. It was amazing out. Perfect blue skies. Today, the high is in the mid-40s, and it's raining all day, and it's actually supposed to get down to like 33 tonight. So I'm a little bit concerned because we did put in the garden last weekend, and now I'm worried stuff is going to freeze, but hopefully it doesn't quite get that cold. Although on Mother's Day, it's supposed to be warmer again and sunny, so hopefully that'll be nice. Other than that, I do go back to work, and I'm filming this on Wednesday and it'll post on Saturday. So I will be going back to work in a couple days. On Friday would be my first day back, mostly just going through email and then having like a meeting with my manager to like run down everything that happened while I was gone. There were 3M went through some pretty big changes while I was gone. They actually moved from, I believe, 5 business groups down to 4, and that was announced right before I left. So there's been a lot of reorganization for that. And there was an announcement that everybody's probably heard that they're laying off 7,000 people. I can't remember. They're doing a big layoff. And so that always makes everybody nervous. Whatever. There's a big talk that they might be offering packages to people close to retirement age and all this stuff. But I will find out more about that when I go back. I've been doing a lot better this week with my surgery. I would say that the only lingering issue I'm still having is like a little bit of back pain, and that seems to be linked to how well my bowels are moving. And I'm still having a little bit of trouble with that. I did already a more extensive 5-week video that will probably be posting in a week or two, just kind of talking about all that, which is probably too much information for some people, but it's interesting. I've had a lot of trouble with like IBS, and every time my body goes through a big change, like if I have a surgery or if I have my son, everything changes. So adjusting to that is going to be a little bit weird. But on the positive note, I have been able to I've been doing 2-mile walk every day. I've been able to lift 5-pound weights. I'm doing 2 or 3 reps of 20 5-pound weights, light weights. I'm still on lifting restrictions to kind of keep my arms in shape. And I've been able to do the stationary recumbent bike and do 7 to 8 miles of biking a day. And of course, I'm continuing with the stretching. So it's kind of funny. It's like I'm spending almost 2 hours a day just trying to get my body back to something resembling in shape. And that's resulted in me being a little bit sore in like my arms and thighs. But other than that, it's been fine. So we'll see. I actually have my doctor's appointment. As I said, I'm recording this on Wednesday. I have my 6-week tomorrow on Thursday, where they'll check everything and make sure everything is healed okay. So yeah. And then I'm just on lifting restrictions until the end of June. So that's good, I guess. So I've been feeling a lot better. I've been able to interact a lot more normally, like getting things done around the house and with my family and all that. And you can tell my husband and son are somewhat relieved that I'm not asking them to do everything, because I needed a lot of help, especially the first 2 or 3 weeks. And then I was kind of up and down. Anyways, so that's good. Yeah. I'm not going to say I'm excited to go back to work, but I can tell this week I'm getting a little bit restless. Like I'd either start having to be involved in more stuff, like do more volunteering, or get more into doing YouTube or blogging, or start interacting with authors more, or do something more, or go back to work, because I am getting a little restless. My husband, he's like, you're always walking around the house, doing stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably time for me to go back to work soon, which is great because I go back in 2 days. So yay. Anyways, that's my update. I hope you guys got a lot of great books this week, and that you have a great week of reading ahead of you. You may have noticed I added some new intros, like an intro dealie to my videos. I'm planning on trying to do more videos on my YouTube station. So if you are interested in any particular videos, let me know. I'm probably going to do one on, I always get asked, how do you read so much? I'll probably do one on that, and where do you get free books and how do you get books to review? I can do one on that. If you guys have anything else you want to see, let me know. Other than that, have a great week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.